Good morning, beautifuls. Good morning, Lucinia. Julie, I'm just going to close that door there. Because I hear the traffic, and I don't know if you can hear the traffic. Can you all hear me? Hello, Julie. Oh, the Pied Piper, yes. The Fried Piper, maybe. I've had a really, really, really full weekend. I would love to show you what I've been playing with. Actually, I've been playing with sound with this flute. So I actually I found this flute, or the flute found me, and I was in an instrument store in Burleigh, and I don't know how to play. I didn't know how to play the flute. Oh, hello, Shannon. Welcome. Good morning from Tasmania. Tasmania is one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. If you haven't been to Tasmania, please go. The energy of Tasmania is so nurturing, and I just feel at home at Tasmania. It just feels amazing. And I recall a medicine journey I did one year, and the reason why I feel so connected to Tasmania is because I am a part of Tasmania. I received that in a message. Jax Million, hello, good morning, Jason. Kathy, it was so nice to see you as well. How was last night? I did an experience at the Conscious Community in Brisbane, where I actually shared a lot of what would you call it, Kathy? A lot of the pillars that I live by when I'm in my creation, and it was actually a really profound experience for me, because I never really get to share the behind the scenes of what I actually do. It's usually my medicine. I'm usually sharing the channeling and the light language and all of the other things. It was just, yeah, it was really, it was really fantastic. I really enjoyed it. And so anyway, I'm going to come back to this story, because I do get distracted by glitter. So I bought this flute without knowing how to play, and this is a really great example of how you get to play at life. How we get to play at life. I dare you to actually go and grab an instrument that you have never ever played before, and trust that you can intuitively learn. So I didn't know how to play, but now, because of the fact that I've allowed myself to build a relationship with this beautiful instrument, I now am more confident. And now playing is only, the better player you are is just the more confident and more connected you are to your instruments. So in fact, I have so many instruments. I have bowls, I have drums. This is just I'll just show you right there. Like, we've got a couple of instruments there. Most of them are packed away from last night. We have bowls, we have drums, I have a bigger flute, and none of them I knew how to play prior, but I just chose to learn myself, to build a relationship with the instruments. So here we go. So part 2 of I'm just going to share this on my page too, because I love sharing this with my network as well. Part 2 of mastering your manifestation skills. Now, manifestation is something that we actually all have the ability to do. Hi, Mike from California. Nice to see you. We have the ability to manifest. Actually, in fact, it's not even having the ability. We are we are the ability of manifesting. In fact, at any given moment, every single moment of the day, we're manifesting. And we're manifesting from the space of our subconscious mind. I'm just going to share this video onto my network, guys. Thank you for your patience. So here we are. Share. No, not that one. Jax as me. Let's share onto my public page. Awesome. So, hey Casey, good to see you. I think I just shared it. So, manifestation. Now, what's going to be really of service today for you all? I am going to do readings, by the way. So if you want to stay tuned to the end, I really feel called to do readings today because my channel is like wide open. So the information is just like ready. We're ready. So bear with me while I just close off the manifestation teachings from last week. So last week we did the master class of manifesting the universal laws, but this I'm just going to close it off, right? So why right now is really important to tune into your ability to manifest. I mean, it's actually, if you want to think about breathing as a natural quality, like this is like naturally we breathe, naturally we manifest. Breathing and manifesting are the same things. If you want to speak about energy, you want to tune into energy. Energetically, breathing and manifesting are the same things. It's constant, it's happening, and we are manifesting without realizing. We are manifesting all the time with our breath. Every breath is a manifestation. Every breath we're manifesting. Every breath, breathe in, breathe out. We are sending out into the universe. We're sending out what we desire in alignment with what's operating in our subconscious mind. And then we're breathing in the experiences of what we have manifested. So what we've got to understand is that the whole concept of being the creator of our reality is in fact the absolute truth. The absolute truth of us being the creator of our reality. And so, and I know it's really hard pill to swallow sometimes when reality is actually really tough. When we've got a tough reality, when it's just like, I can't stand my life, I can't stand what's going on. It's such a great opportunity to really see how you play the part in the middle of the orchestrator. Yeah? The orchestrator of all things that exist in our life is that we are the orchestrators. So last week we touched on the universal laws that no one thinks about, that no one actually is conscious about when we are really intentional with manifesting, and the law of attraction. We spoke about the law of polarity. We spoke about the law of gestation. And I feel like there is a couple of more that I want to touch on today. Because without really respecting and abiding by these other laws, what happens is that what you're here to create and what you truly desire to create falls at the wayside, or even slows down the process, because we're not actually mindful of the other universal laws that that are in play in every moment. These universal laws are the laws that govern our planet. And so one of the universal laws that I want to touch on is the universal law of cause and effect. Who knows what the universal law of cause and effect is? Oh, hello, Linda. Thank you so much. My spirit name is actually Voice.
Hi. Have a good day.
I have a coffee on its way. It's so good. Uber Eats is great. Amazing. Now she's got to work out which coffee is which. So, the universal law of cause and effect. So basically, essentially, is you can't do anything without. So it's the. Now bear with me here for a second. Who knows what the universal law of cause and effect is? So with every action, there is an equal and opposing action as well. So it's basically, so when you do something, there's always a consequence. There's always a consequence to everything, yeah? You pick up this, You drop it, it falls. Gravity. If you speak ill will appear in your life. This is the expansive version of the law of cause and effect. Okay, so when you put, like, let's say cause and effect, if you put ice in a ice tray, and you put water in if you put water in an ice tray, and then you put that in the freezer, will it melt? No. It's going to freeze, right, as ice. So basically, there are things that just will not change because it's abiding by the law of cause and effect. Now, we need to incorporate this into our life. We need to think about everything that we are causing and the effect. The causing and the effects. So, for example, I work with a lot of light workers who are, I am the bridge. My role here. Oh, did I order big ones? Oh.
No, there's a big one.
Oh, I didn't know I did that. Oh, which one's the mocha? That's all I need to know. The law of cause and effect. Exactly. Every action has a reaction. So with this law of cause and effect, and I work with a lot of light workers, I am the bridge between the shamanic light work realm and the technological and digital world. Yeah. So I'm like the bridge. I am here as a stand for the rise of Lemuria. Who knows what Lemuria is, where Lemuria is, who the land of Lemuria, Atlantis, the land of Atlantis, where we bridge the stars, the earth, and technology all together. It's such a beautiful place to be. And I work with a lot of light workers who want to expand their enterprises, to expand the vision in which they're bringing forth here on planet Earth. And so with that, entrepreneurially, it's really important to be mindful of the universal laws when we are intentionally expanding our vision. So what that can look like is like if you have a crystal business and you're wanting to grow your crystal business, take it online, or if you do readings, or if you want to do more events, and you have to be really mindful when we are growing anything or being the orchestrator of the growing of your enterprise, of your family, of your relationships, whatever it is, the growing, we must align with the universal laws. And the universal law of cause and effect means that whatever you do, there's going to be an action or reaction. So if you're wanting to actively grow something, but you're actually sitting most of your day, scrolling and waiting for it to grow itself, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And that's because of this law. It makes common sense, right? It totally makes common sense. Think positive vibes and you get them back. Absolutely. Be positive vibes, be positive, and that's the creation of the life around you. I feel like it's common sense, but it's also when we are operating from a default program, patterns. So it's very, very important if you're coming from one space of thinking, of one space of operating. For example, if you have, I'm just going to use the crystal business for example, if you have a little market crystal business that you have and you're wanting to take it into a shop, or you're wanting to take it to a storefront, or you're wanting to take it online, what you have to realize is that there are patterns that you've actually created as a marketeer, in which you have to sever and be willing to sever to actually to expand your capacity of then learning another way of doing it. And this is what I find very, very common, especially for light workers, taking their endeavors online or taking it into a ceremonial event space, stretching your capacity, is that we feel like this is the only way that we have operated, that this is the only way to operate. But it's a matter of actually stretching our ability to operate and severing old patterns in that way, and be so open for new ones. Be so open for brand new patterns to recreate brand new patterns in our neurological area, in our brain. And it's really important to remember this. So anyways, I just felt like there was someone that needed to hear that. That was when I woke up today, I was like, Something needs to happen here. I need to share that. The law of cause and effect. So whether you're watching it now or watching the replay, that one was for you, whoever that really lands with. Oh, that feels good. So I have my cards, my pretties. Who's on today? I really feel like I get to be, I feel like you get to ask specific questions. I feel like we're not specific enough. You get to be specific. You get to be specific of what you desire. You get to be specific of what you don't desire. If you do desire a reading, I really would love for you to actually have a question at the forefront, because I feel like me sharing with you what comes through, if I get a reading, if I get a vision of relationship, your primary question is really sitting at currency, at wealth or generation of currency, I really desire to serve you at what you need right now, as opposed to what I see right now. Does that make sense? Because at the end of the day, I am here as a messenger of what I see as visions, and not here to tell you what to do. But if you have a pressing desire or a pressing question, bring that question through, and then we can play in that realm, so I can be really specific in serving you. Now, first and foremost, before I get started, I want to let you know that the information that I receive is, I have a very clear channel. There is no corruption in my space. I'm intentional with sharing with you the purity in which I operate on a day-to-day basis, who I am in my relationship with myself. I'm here, and I'm here of service to you. I'm here of service to God, to Source. And so when I do these readings, I do request, I do want to let you know the intention is always very pure. And I want to ask you for your permission. I want to ask you for your permission to do readings with you. So I'm going to read names, and I know that there's some comments already. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm just going to do my best to answer as many as I can. Some of them will require cards, some of them won't. And so let's just go through. Oh, how come?
I don't know which one's which.
Let me just figure this out. That one's yours. That's a cappuccino. This one's mine. I got the big one. Okay. And if you love this, if you get a reading or you're looking for a reading, I'd love for you to share this video. Yeah. Share the love, share the wisdom, share the energy, if anything. Because I feel like if anyone's watching the replay, they will also be able to extract Unbound. Oh, who was that one for? Okay, family please, Kerry. Family please, family please. So can you be more specific, like family, please? Which part of your family? Like, what is your actual particular question? And I'll come back to you. Oh, thanks, Lainey. I love you. I've been told I'm a healer, but would you like to know what modality? So this is a really interesting question. I feel like I'm just going to open that door again because now it's hot. I'm just playing musical doors. Lucinia, healer. You have been told you're a healer. Who's told you you're a healer? First and foremost, so let's continue a dialogue now because I feel like this is important. And Lucinia, I just want to invite you to really tune into the area, the elastic area of your mind now when you ask this particular question. The elastic area of your mind is in fact the creative realm, the land of plenty, and which is more aligned to where your heart, the frequency of your heart and the elasticness of your brain. So we have two areas of our brain, actually more areas, but one is very logic and one is in fact the elastic. This is the land of plenty. This is the one where all possibilities is. So when you ask that particular question, and specifically when you sit and ask that question with yourself, I desire for you to actually sit in the area in which the creative is infinite, yes? Because there is no limit to the styles in which we deliver any energy of healing. Your voice can be healing. Your thought can be healing. Your touch can be healing. Now, we must understand, as conduits and vessels, we are here as healers and infinite. There's an infinite way of doing, of sharing the energy. Healing is energy and intention. And as a healer, it's actually not as a healer, for example, it's not my job to heal you. It's my job to guide you back to your ability to heal yourself. So when we are in fact using, for example, Reiki is universal healing, universal energy. It's not in fact the Reiki facilitator that is doing the healing. The Reiki facilitator has actually opened their channels so the healing can come through from the universal source of all things, universal energy. So Reiki facilitators aren't actually the ones that are healing you. They are just the most open and willing in that moment at that time. Hence the reason that we do the certificates and actually learn that in the learnings, when you actually have a certification in it, you've basically have mastered the art of opening your channel uncorruptedly, even more, to deliver a frequency. Now, all healers that is what we do. That is what we do. We are not, in fact, we aren't the healers. We are the deliverer of divine energy. So when you ask that question, what is it that I want to do? What is it that you desire? I want you to ask your question, what is it that I desire? How do I desire to deliver the energy of the universe through to another person? Hands, I feel hands. Hands are coming through in my vision. That can look and feel in so many different ways. Hands. Let me know if that's resonating, because I want you to land. This answer is your answer for it to land in you. It doesn't matter what anyone else says outside of you. It's like, what is landing in me? What feels like me? What feels like my medicine? What feels like something that I just would love, I could not live without delivering? Excellent. Oh yeah, I would love to know if our house remodel is going to be finished and we can move in mid-November. So I feel like that's such a broad question in which you actually get to have control over. So Shannon, the question that I want to ask you is, what are the questions that you aren't asking? Or what are the directives that you're not asking? So yes, it can be, but there's another conversation that gets to be had. There's a conversation that's expansive that gets to be had. You actually you get to create this so it is finished. That means sleeping less. Or that means engaging in more people to help. But this actually can be finished. If it needed to be finished by if it needed to be, it gets to be. So, and if you're engaging with external, like for example, an external business who are actually doing the remodeling for you, what's coming through is invite them into a conversation about the urgency. If the urgency is what you feel. If you feel like you need to be moved, or if you need to be, there are a lot of moving pieces in this that you actually get to control. So it's conversations that you need to have. And if you have a fear around that, that's your next level of expansion. If you have a fear about conversing and asking for this to be an actual legitimate request, this is your next level of expansion. And if the urgency is there and it matches up with your desire, this is the best opportunity for you to meet a new version of yourself. There's an energy in you, because there's the uncertainty, and it's the uncertainty in you. The uncertainty in you is what is reflecting on which means that just see here that I have many times, and you get to do it again and again and again, and you get to be really annoying about it, and you get to actually be really assertive about it. And actually, it's like there's a difference between, and this is the way, like here, there's a difference between asking and then really being the director of it. And actually checking in. So where are we up to? What can we do today? What's going on? Well, like are we going to be out by then? Like, what do we need to do? What do I need to do? Do we need to engage with more people? Do we need to, like, actually being the director of this if this is a massive priority? This is where the creation is. And I dare say when this gets to really land in you, and go like, I actually want to get this done, and it be the most urgent thing for you, you will meet yourself at a level where you're like, boom, it's like boss state, director state. Yes. Will I be able to work with spirit? From Casey. Casey, what do you mean? You've never not been able to work with spirit. Let me see what's here, where your block is. Your mind, yep, exposure. I feel like there is a lot of, Casey, oh, darling, you've never not worked with spirit. You've never not worked with spirit. I feel like you've got this vision that's very limited in terms of what it should actually look and feel like to work with spirit. As when you were born, you worked with spirit. Now this one was for you, the Unbound card. How do I know? Because I just split the deck and it's just showed up again. Unbound. What does this feel like? This is an unbounding. It says releasing old soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Now, I don't know if you're currently working with I'm not going to say healer, but there's someone that you get to actually work with, even if it's along the lines of past regressioning. Does anyone know? Do you know what past regressioning is? Past life regressioning is, Casey? I feel like this is it's never been the case of you've never worked with spirit, because you've always worked with spirit. For you, every breath is working with spirit. Actively, we're always working with spirit. Spirit's always working with us. In fact, right now, around you, you have a tribe. You're never alone. Around every single one of us, there is a tribe of spirit here, always with us, always doing these little things around us, giving us hints, moving things around, bringing ease into our challenges. Challenges won't ever get taken away from us, because challenges are actually the opportunity for us to grow. So Casey, what is here right now is that I feel like you get to be really open to the exploration of your past lives. There's something in this that you're going to, when you start exploring your past life, there may be one or multiple instances where you're going to get aha moments. But I feel like right now in this lifetime, you haven't actually been exposed to the immensity of the power of your soul. You haven't yet been exposed to the absolute wisdom of your soul. You haven't yet been exposed to the enormity of the infiniteness of who you actually are. And for you, it would be such a beautiful experience, because no one can tell you who you are, because the past life regression actually allows you to explore who you have been. And in the memory exploration of who you have been, you're going to discover moments in your past lives where you'll be like, when you were actually like uncorruptedly connected to spirit, where like you were just so super clear You may even discover that you've been some sort of, I wouldn't say witch, but I feel like there's definitely some sort of like mama shaman energy in there somewhere, but you will only discover that. And again, I'm only just projecting what those visions that I see, but they may not be your vision. So it's just, you get to actually explore this sovereignly. And in the exploration of that, you're going to discover versions of you, and you go, and in that discovery, it's just going to, again, open you up to going like, wow, like there have been times when we open these memories, these past life memories, aspects of those versions of us become alive in this lifetime. So of course, you'll always be able to work with spirit. You always have, you just haven't been conscious of it. Will they find out what is wrong with my knee? I feel like that's such an emotional question. Linda, if you're still here, what's coming through right now, there's a lot of emotion around your knee. There's like a suppression. I feel like there's a story as well. I feel like there's a disconnection between you and your knee. This is going to sound really esoteric, by the way. I actually am inviting you. Okay, so I just want to know, like, is it okay with you, Linda, if I share with you an esoteric conversation? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, so Linda, I feel like you actually, there's a disconnection between you and your body. And it has been for quite a while. And the disconnection is actually, you've separated yourself from your body so much so that you don't understand your body. And so with that, this is an invitation, and anytime we have any sort of pain in our body, anytime that there's any sort of pain in our body, that our body is speaking to us. Is speaking to us. And our body is only ever just this intelligent vessel that when there is something, there's something inflamed, or if there's something, and I feel like that there's inflammation in your knee somewhere, like the pain, it's like your body's like, hello, you've got to sort this out. And it has everything to do with your emotional state. Like there's always a connection between pain in our body. And again, pain in our body doesn't need to be wronged. It's just a message. Our body is sharing with us a message. And when we actually, it's like, can you figure it out? Can you figure out what's wrong with me? I get that, because I do the same thing. But I also feel like your body is crying out for the relationship to be reconnected between you and your body, between you consciously and your body. So I'm going to invite you, do you do any sort of embodiment, like self-love practices? What do you do, Linda, with your body? What do you do on a daily basis? And I'm not even going to talk about your knee right now, because your knee is only a result of the disconnection. And it just keeps building up, guys. This is what happens. This is when we start. I haven't been sick for freaking 10 years. And if I get a cut, I'm healed straight away. I have such a beautiful relationship with my body. And we all get to actually have this relationship with our body and know that the energetic clarity in our body is causing the health in our body. When we don't have energetic clarity and there's blockages in our energy, that's when it's basically just manifests in our body and manifests in our body. More headaches, back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, hip pain, all of these things. It's always just our body as a messenger saying, yo, you need to kind of like clear this area out. So I feel like this is such an example of, it's such a, actually, you know, it's your knee now, but if you're feeling this now, I feel like this is a great time to actually start building a relationship with your body. So things like, okay, I'm going to ask, where's Linda? Are you still here, Linda? Anyways, if you're watching the replay, fantastic. So things like breath work is a really great start for unpacking. Yeah, so there's a process in this. There's a process in which we have to follow to help us really dive into the deeper connection with our body. So the first process is unpacking. Yeah, I find that breath work is really helpful to actually start unpacking. It allows us to get into a state. Perfect. If you can find any events, ceremonies, facilitators that facilitate breath work to start. For you, it's gentle breath work. Gentle, deep connection. Just the breath facilitated with, and I feel like you'll need a facilitator, or even if you go on YouTube, find a really gentle breath work, a body connecting breath work, just one that's even just going to like, when you're actually in it, because what breath work does, it helps us really go into that alpha theta state, brain state. So right now you're all active, which means you're in the beta state. Yeah. So when you're in the alpha theta, you're actually coming back into your body. So when it's just like, and then you are constantly doing it over and over again for like 20 minutes. When it's guided, it helps for it to be guided. You can actually really connect with your body. I feel like this is a really good start for you. And another thing is actually, and this is something that I personally do, that I have only just started myself, by the way. So just know that we're all on this journey of deeply connecting with our body, and it's vital, especially women. It is so vital for us to actually be in communion with our body, and not just be like my arm, my foot. It's just like, oh, my body, I love you so much, and be in deep appreciation for what it actually does for us and what it has done for us. And, and I have such a great relationship with my body. Something that I've just started doing, and this is probably another few steps from the breath work. Yes, it's like it takes time to build that relationship. Yeah. So Eddie Stern, breathing on. Okay, yay. Okay, thank you, Linda. So Linda Avery, Linda Salinas has just shared Eddie Stern. So check that out. Yes. Also, there is a container called Just Breathe as well. Just Breathe, which is so profound. Actually, my mentors facilitate. If you find Just Breathe or Together We Breathe as well is a really fantastic one. Jared and Abby facilitate that, and they have different types of breath work in there. So earth breath, prosperity breath, also like sexual breath, like, just breath is life. But where I'm at the moment is, in fact, building this relationship where I'm actually like in a state of receiving pleasure from myself to myself. Now that in itself is a journey to actually, for me, to crack open to. So this kind of work is so worth it, but it's not the easiest. So I just want to let you know that it's a journey in itself. So for me, it's just like actually being conscious, because when we touch ourselves, I'm going to ask you to touch yourself right now, right? When we touch ourselves, like I just said, our arms, ourself, like, right? It doesn't need to be, corrupted. When we touch ourselves, I had always been like, okay, cool. I didn't actually fully feel it. I could feel me touching myself, but not actually as if someone else was touching me. When someone else comes along and does that, and you're like, oh, that feels so good. Do it again. Like when someone else tickles you, yeah, and you're just like, oh, that feels so good. So building a relationship with your vessel, with your body, in a way where you can be in a state where you can receive love from yourself. Beautiful. Okay, so receiving love from yourself. So this is our journey of embodiment. This is our journey of really receiving ourselves and building that relationship with our body. And so I feel like, Linda, this is a really great way for you to start. And then you can actually have this conversation. Your problem right now is your knee, but it's if you don't actually actively, this is your knee saying, Build a relationship with me. If you don't actively do anything about this, it's going to be your knee, it'll be your other knee, it'll be your hip, it'll be like parts of you that you're just like, oh my God, why does this always happen to me? It's because you might be so blocked in areas and your body's trying to help you out and share this with you. So thank you so much for asking such a profound question, by the way. Okay, so it's okay. I'm going to try and get I can't go all the way back. So, okay. So Beck Wessel, are you still here? I would love a card. Have I made the right choice to give up my job to start something new when I don't have a new plan yet? Can you help me with part? Yes. Oh my God. Yes, you have. Did it feel great in your, does it excite you? I'm going to ask you the question. Does your old job that provides, which excites you the most, Beck? I'm just going to ask you a straight up question. I'm going to ask you straight up truth. I'm going to ask you to answer this question from the land of plenty, from the elastic part of your brain. Does it excite you more, your new venture or your last job? If you were to wake up tomorrow, yeah, does the last job excite you or the new one, the new venture? What excites you? Yeah? When we follow what excites us, it's the right thing to do. It's not to say that there won't be challenges. These challenges are here to call us forward in who we truly are. Challenges aren't, we cannot escape challenges. Yes. Let the excitement, Beck, remind you of what you're here to do, is explore and adventure and love life. It will always work out if you follow the pull to what excites you, and also embrace that all of the challenges that you'll face are always just helping you carve out and become the person that you are to be, to continue the endeavor. So there's always going to be challenges. Please never ever go into something new and go, there's not going to be any challenges. You're just shooting yourself in the foot. Last night I did a presentation and it was fantastic. And one of my last points was, number one, get comfortable with rejection. Get comfortable with refunds. Get comfortable with discomfort, basically. It's just part of it. There's always one of two pains, yeah, in any given moment. So if you take on the secure job, the pain of dissatisfaction, living a dissatisfied life, you'll be getting paid every week or whatever it is, but you'll just be living in dissatisfaction. Or the excitement, you're like in excitement and in play and creation, and then obviously the pain of not instantly having the security. Yeah, so it's security, dissatisfying security, or exciting and not security yet, but you get to choose which one. So yes, if you desire an exciting life, yes, you've made the right choice. If you desire constant security and living a dissatisfied life, no, you haven't made the right choice. Does this make sense? Yeah, it always comes back to you. It always comes back to you. So is there anyone here that's watching that's actually in Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast? Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast. Oh, thank you, Selena. I've just gone through and seen. I see myself talking and touching. Yes, Lucinia, talking and touching. Are the contractors going to do their job? I feel like the mere fact, I'm going to go back to Shannon, you've separated human. You've separated yourself. Go and see them. Build a relationship with the contractors. Have that conversation with them. The disempowering aspect to this is not the fact that whether they're going to do their job or not. The mere fact that you're asking that question without going to get to know them. Go and get to know the contractors. If they're working on your renovation, go and see them. Actually say thank you. Say, yo, guys, like, thank you. I know how much work that you're doing. I appreciate you guys. I'd really love to enroll you into like my vision, and my vision is for us to actually be out of here sooner. So go. This is a version of you that you get to access, babe. Shannon, this is for Shannon, is about your renovation. Go and see them. Do something that you probably haven't done. You may have asked, but have you gone and said thank you? Have you gone in gratitude and in full trust that they are actually doing their best? And go and see them and say, yo, hey, like, I just want to say hi. Like, I'm Shannon, you're working on my house. I'm so grateful to you guys. Is there anything that you need? I bought cookies. Also, I'm just really excited to move in mid-November, like truly so excited to move in November. And what's the timeline and what do I need to do? Is there, what's a timeline for where you're at right now? Cool. So you feel like you're going to be finished a little bit later? Excellent. So I'd love for us to finish earlier. What do I need to do? Is there something that I can do? Is there something that I can do in this picture? Like my family, what can we do? Do I need to get enroll another contractor? Have these conversations. Stop separating each other. We can't separate ourselves from each other. We can't separate ourselves. Like they are you are them, you are me, I am you. We wake up in the morning, we have families. There's no separation in how our life operates. The separation is in the stories that we think that we've created to actually separate us. So go and have a conversation with them. This is a version of you that's here that gets to actually to engage and to enroll them into your vision, enroll them into the vision of like actually moving out mid-November. This is how we as manifestors create our reality. This is how we create our reality. We create it by actually having different conversations. And it's coming from a different angle. If there's fear and something not finishing, you get to go into that and go, yo, like, I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you. And what can I do to help? What can we do as a team to get this job done on time according to what I'd love? Because I know that it's possible. Yeah. So this is actually really, really resonant for everyone on here right now. So this is such a great question. Amazing. So Danielle, showing some love you. Thank you. Casey. Okay, I've gone backwards now. Now, where am I up to? Brisbane, Harvey Bay, North Queensland. So I want to share with you that on the 21st of November, we have a really special event in person. So one of my best friends, you'll see her, you've seen her on here, Emma L. Baker. She actually has a show every Tuesday night. If you haven't seen it, please tune into her. She is magical. She is source. She channels spirit. Like, I get goosebumps thinking about how incredibly pure and uncorrupted and also clear she is. She's so clear. So Emma and I actually, we've come together and we put this, we created, and as messengers of this experience, we've put together an experience called Rapture and Awaken. And so Rapture is actually, that's her medicine. That's what she does. She like literally for women, being in her space, just like so much rapture happens. And rapture is in fact basically the enhancement of your own energy within you. Yeah, as a woman, your own energy within you, the rapture is actually you of the self-realization of your magic, of your power. Yeah. And so for me, I am the creator of Awaken, or I brought Awaken here. And Awaken is, again, it's the remembrance of your power, remembrance of who you truly are, the remembrance piece. Yeah. And so we've come together and we've put this event together, Rapture and Awaken. Now, our last event sold out, but it also, I was saying that was like the first part, but the experience itself is such a deeply resounding experience in your cell memory. As for women, our deepest intention is for women to remember their absoluteness and in anything that we do and create. So it's 5 hours. It's so yummy. This experience is yummy. It's that deep connection with your body. We take you through processes of deep connection with your body. She channels Carly, and these messages that come through, you just can't help but like go, oh, I remember who I am. It's so beautiful. We're such a stand for sisterhood as well. It's a great place to actually connect with other women and really feel safe. And in our last one, we actually had a piece where our men came into the space and served us cacao and took us through a really profound experience, deeply connecting us with the masculine. And really, it was such a beautiful event. And so for those of you that are in Queensland, even Harvey Bay, I actually had someone drive from Harvey Bay last time, Vanessa. Brisbane, I've actually, Beck, we've got people flying down from North Queensland, Kerry, Brisbane. I'm inviting you to come along. Well, this is going to be our last Rapture and Awaken for a while, because we're both planning on having children next year. So that's why this is our last one, and it's going to be incredible. So I just want to invite you. I want to invite you, all of the women that are watching this on the replay or now that you are living in the area. I think even the Byron Shire, it's okay now with the borders, but we have people traveling for it. If you feel right now that there's aspects of you that you've forgotten who you are, or you feel a little bit lost in who you are, you're ready for your magic and your medicine to implode and be invoked. If you're ready to be seen of who you truly are as a woman, we have so much sacred respect for women as a collective and as individuals, and we see who you are. And it's just such a beautiful space to be. And I highly, highly, highly recommend, if you feel the pull, please do not miss this opportunity. There was a few that missed it last time and fully regretted it. But thank God we're doing another one. And this is our last one. So they're actually coming to the next one. So if you feel the pull, please, there's a link in the post, the link to Rapture and Awaken. Grab your space. You can bring a sister. You can secure one space, or if you secure two, it's actually a huge discount if you bring a friend along. So I just wanted to invite you to actually check that out. And if you haven't, my profile is above as well if you want to follow anything that I do. So Shell Duncan Smith, we've got one more comment here. Pete and I are having the day together tomorrow for the first time since COVID. I'm hoping we will talk about us and work out if we can have a love relationship, or will tomorrow be a day to just enjoy each other's company, keep it light and not too heavy? Why is love heavy? Why is having a conversation of love feel heavy? There is the heaviness is not in fact the conversation of love. The heaviness is in the feeling that there's going to be rejection. So if you took rejection out of the picture, it's love. So if you like, the enjoyment of each other is love, and that enjoyment in itself will determine the next step. So allow yourself, Shell, to enjoy each other and allow the next step to unfold for itself without feeling the heaviness of the fear of rejection, because love is not heavy. Love is not heavy. Your fear of rejection is heavy. Or a fear of I feel like it's rejection in some way, shape or form, right? So you actually get to enjoy each other. Take that conversation with the need to have that conversation out of the picture, and just go like, let's just be love. Let's just enjoy every single moment together without having any stories around what the next thing is. Don't go there. The logical mind, the need to know, and enjoy every single moment together and let the next step unfold for itself. I feel like if you get to sit down and do some breath work in the morning before you go, really unpack it, unpack that underlying thought, the underlying what are we going to do next. When we're so in that what are we going to do next, we're taking away from our own experience of what's happening now. So go into tomorrow, get excited about seeing each other, get excited about touch, get excited about holding hands, get excited just about enjoying each other, and just be there now, be here now, and the next step will unfold. And let it be sovereign, let it be with integrity and virtue. Just let it just unfold. Have the conversation when the heaviness is not existing. Yeah, because the heaviness is the fear of rejection. So hopefully that's been helpful. Thank you for everybody that has tuned in today. I'm excited again for such an epic week. And I really look forward to seeing any of you that feel the pull to join us at Rapture and Awaken. I'm really excited to serve you in person. Any of our events, I'm just so excited for. So I love you all. Have the most extraordinary day. Beck, you're so awesome to listen to. Your energy is just breathtaking. I'm grateful. Oh, thank you, Beck. Please follow my page because I feel like there's always so much great content on there that is just really helpful in everybody's journey, because I'm really raw. I'm really real. I'll just share what's alive, and I find that it's really resonating with a lot. So Linda, reflecting, you feel spectacular. I love you. Thank you so much. And I will see you all again next week, same time. And I look forward to serving you again. Love you. Wow.